The Toyota GR Corolla wasn't just made to compete. It was built to dominate a segment that, until recently, many thought Toyota had given up on. In a market flooded with crossovers and watered-down performance badges, the GR Corolla hit the scene like a sledgehammer to nostalgia and speed lovers alike. It's raw, aggressive, and shockingly driver-focused. But what's more interesting than its present appeal is its potential future value. This isn't just another fast hatchback. It has all the ingredients to become a future classic. Let's start with what makes the GR Corolla stand out mechanically. Under the hood lies a turbocharged 1.6-liter 3-cylinder engine that punches well above its weight class. It produces an astonishing 300 horsepower and 273 lb-ft of torque. On paper, that might sound like numbers from a more conventional 4-cylinder setup, but what makes this engine special is its character and innovation. Known as the G660 GTS, it's the most powerful 3-cylinder production engine in the world, and it's not some tuning gimmick either. Toyota has engineered it with forged internals, direct and port fuel injection, and a single scroll ball bearing turbo. It's built for high performance and durability, a rare combination today. And that engine, it's derived from motorsport. The GR Corolla wouldn't exist without Gazoo Racing, Toyota's global racing division that's been instrumental in reshaping the brand's performance image. The GR nameplate is not a sticker slapped on for marketing. It's a signal that this car has been bred for performance. Toyota's involvement in the WRC World Rally Championship has directly influenced the development of the GR Corolla. Unlike other hot hatches that are loosely inspired by racing, this car is an actual descendant of rally engineering. It's equipped with a GR4 all-wheel drive system that allows torque to be split between the front and rear in multiple configurations. 60/40 for daily driving, 50/50 for balance, and even 30/70 for tail-happy fun. That level of mechanical adjustability is something typically reserved for more expensive performance machines. Then there's the manual transmission, a dying breed in modern performance cars. Toyota decided to double down and offer the GR Corolla exclusively with a 6-speed manual. No flappy paddles, no automatic option. This was a decision rooted in philosophy, not sales data. The GR Corolla isn't trying to be all things to all people. It's made for enthusiasts who want to feel connected to the car. And that makes a difference. In an era of algorithmically optimized shift points and drive-by-wire detachment, the analog engagement of the GR Corolla is refreshing and potentially collectible. From a design perspective, the GR Corolla also sets itself apart. It doesn't rely on fake vents or over-styling to get attention. Instead, it takes the aggressive posture of a true rally car. The wider fenders, functional hood vents, and triple exhaust outlets scream performance without apology. It looks the part because it is the part. The forged carbon roof in the Circuit Edition and aggressive aero elements aren't just for show. They reduce weight and increase downforce. Toyota didn't cut corners here. That's important when talking about long-term appeal. Car collectors and enthusiasts don't just value speed, they value authenticity. And the GR Corolla delivers it in spades. But to understand why this car might be a future classic, we need to zoom out and look at the larger context. The GR Corolla is launching in a time of massive industry transition. Automakers are shifting toward electrification, automation, and mass market appeal. Pure internal combustion performance cars are becoming rarer by the year, especially those without any hybrid or electric assistance. The GR Corolla could be one of the last of its kind. A high-revving, turbocharged manual the GR with mechanical AWD and zero driver aids interfering with your throttle inputs. That alone gives it serious long-term value among enthusiasts and collectors alike. There's also the exclusivity factor. Toyota didn't flood the market with GR Corollas. In fact, production numbers have been relatively limited. The initial launch saw a highly coveted Circuit Edition with forged carbon fiber, upgraded cooling, and limited badging. That alone created buzz in the automotive community. Unlike mass-produced models with endless trims and configurations, the GR Corolla launched with purpose, each version offering something unique and focused. Limited availability not only drives up demand, but also reinforces the idea that this isn't just another Corolla. It's something much more special. Toyota's credibility as a performance brand has also gone through a renaissance in recent years. The resurrection of the Supra, the global praise of the GR Yaris, which sadly never made it to the UST, and now the GR Corolla all signal a larger movement. Toyota isn't just dabbling in performance anymore, it's committing. And cars like the GR Corolla are key pieces in that legacy. Enthusiasts remember when Toyota made cars like the A86 MR2 and Celica GT4. the GR Corolla feels like a spiritual successor to those icons, and that makes it very attractive to a new generation of drivers who crave analog performance in a digital world. One of the biggest factors in a car becoming a future classic is the community it builds. Already, the GR Corolla has sparked significant enthusiasm among car clubs, tuning communities, and track day regulars. Online forums and YouTube channels are filled with GR content, from mod guides to lap times to DIY upgrades. Toyota has supported this with a strong aftermarket platform. Whether it's suspension tuning, ECU upgrades, or cosmetic mods, owners are investing in their GR Corollas in a way that shows they're not just daily drivers, they're passion projects. That kind of grassroots energy isn't manufactured, it's earned. And it's often the seed that leads to cult status years down the line. Another layer to its potential classic status lies in how it compares to its competitors, or rather, its lack of true rivals. The Volkswagen Golf R is a strong contender, but comes at a higher price and is available with a DSG automatic, reducing its enthusiast appeal. The Subaru WRX has become softer and more mainstream, lacking the same motorsport-tuned edge. Honda's Civic Type R is front-wheel drive only, and while blisteringly capable, it doesn't offer the AWD rally heritage that the GR Corolla embodies. In short, the GR Corolla exists in a narrow space that few others can authentically occupy. Its raw, compact AWD, an enthusiast focused with no compromise to its driving spirit. Of course, no car is without flaws, and the GR Corolla isn't pretending to be perfect. Some have criticized its interior for being too similar to the base Corolla. While the performance upgrades are significant, the cabin doesn't scream premium, but that may actually help its long-term appeal. Future classics aren't always the most luxurious. They're the ones with character. Think about the original Subaru Impreza WRX STI or Lancer Evolution. Neither had plush interiors, but they're icons today. The GR Corolla's function over form interior may age better than we think, especially as new cars move further towards sterile digital dashboards. On the topic of pricing, the GR Corolla's MSRP is relatively reasonable, but that's unlikely to last. The secondary market has already begun to reflect its desirability, with dealers marking up circuit editions and demand outpacing supply. Over time, well-maintained, low-mileage examples, especially those in limited trims, could command strong resale value. Combine that with Toyota's reputation for durability, and you have a recipe for long-term relevance. It's not hard to imagine a scenario 10 or 15 years from now where a mint GR Corolla is being showcased at car meets and collector auctions with reverence. There's also the emotional factor, something often overlooked in performance car evaluations. The GR Corolla is fun. It's playful, loud, sharp, and alive. You don't just drive it, you wrestle with it, learn it, and build a relationship with it. In a time when cars are increasingly driving themselves and buffering every input, the GR Corolla insists you stay engaged. That rawness, that analog thrill, may be its most timeless trait. As younger car enthusiasts come of age in a world of EVs and self-driving features, the GR Corolla might represent a final chapter of the golden era of drivers' cars. And perhaps most crucially, Toyota didn't just build this car because it would be easy or profitable. They built it because they could. Akio Toyoda himself, the former CEO and an avid racing enthusiast, was instrumental in pushing the GR lineup forward. His leadership shaped Toyota's philosophy on building cars that are fun to drive again. When a company's highest executive is invested in performance, you know the product is made with passion, not just strategy. That kind of origin story matters when assessing a car's potential legacy. In conclusion, the Toyota GR Corolla is far more than a fast hatchback. It represents a philosophical stand against the numbness of modern automotive trends. With its rally-bred AWD system, exclusive manual transmission, limited production, and genuine motorsport DNA, it's poised to be remembered, not just as a great performance car of the 2020s, but as a symbol of resistance to automation and compromise. As the industry continues to shift toward electrification and digital experiences, the GR Corolla might one day be looked at as one of the last great analog machines. And that's what makes it a true future classic.